neither prison nor extradition. Freedom for Vincenzo. I'm honored of having participated as a free man to a demonstration against the capitalist economy. Vincenzo Vecchi. We, heterogeneous members of Vincenzo's support committee, would like to address to you all, women, men, old or young, shy or mad, activists, pacifists, artists, workers, prisoners, intellectuals, leaders, elected representatives, farmers. On Thursday, the 8th of August, Vincenzo, who's been living in Rochefort-en-Terre in France for 8 years, was arrested by the police. His arrest is run accordingly to 2 European arrest warrants for deeds that occurred at the anti-G8 demonstration in Genova, Italy, in 2001 and at a non-authorized anti-fascist protest in Milano, Italy, in 2006. During the G8 counter-summit in Genova, Carlo Giuliani was shot by the police and many activists were arrested. 10 persons were sentenced to heavy penalties from 8 to 15 years of custody, under official charge of devastation and ransacking. In 2006, in Milano, a demonstration organized by the far-right political party Fiamma Tricolore had been authorized. Besides that, according to Scalbellow, it should have been forbidden for fascism apology. However, the counter-demonstration had not been authorized. Vincenzo was sentenced based on Rocco Code, introduced in Italian law by Mussolini in the 30s. It allows, in the name of moral support, to punish the mere presence at a demonstration considered as insurrectional without factual evidence. It is under this law that Vincenzo and 9 other activists, nicknamed the 10 from Genova, were sentenced to very stiff penalties, from 8 to 15 years of custody. Police repression implemented during 2001 Genova anti-G8 demonstration has been condemned by the European Court of Human Rights. The authors of police violence against demonstrators haven't been all identified nor judged. Despite that, those who were sentenced didn't serve their sentence, by virtue of amnesty voted in 2006. The police repression resulted in inhuman and degrading treatments on demonstrators. According to the European Courts of Human Rights, these treatments can be considered as torture acts. According to Amnesty International, it is the most serious infringement of democratic rights in the Western countries since the end of the Second World War. This obviously questions the legitimacy of the judgment. Concerning Vincenzo, 12 years imprisonment for good damages. During the hearing of the 14th of August at the Court of Rennes, France, his lawyers as well as the Advocate General demanded to be given a period in order to obtain missing documents to enrich this incomplete and questioning case. One of Vincenzo's lawyers also underlines the abysmal disproportion of the sentences between the damages caused to goods and those inflicted to people. Why is Vincenzo arrested now, whereas for 8 years he's been perfectly integrated and appreciated locally and doesn't constitute a danger? Freedom of demonstration, demonstrators' criminalization. Why do events of the 2001 Genova G8 represent a major change in demonstrators' criminalization? What message has been sent ever since to the people who want to exercise their right of expression? Have we forgotten what motivated hundreds of thousands of protesters to gather at the counter-summit of 2001 Genova G8? It is a tragedy that naturally nothing can justify, and beyond the drama itself, they gathered, I don't know how many, 130, 150, 200,000 demonstrators coming from everywhere. It is something. These demonstrators did not only come to obey to an order given by a revolutionary organization. It is something much more deeper, and therefore it needs to be understood. Quote from Jacques Chirac, French president at the time. Why Italian state sentences Vincenzo based on an article of the 30s Rogo Code, adopted during Mussolini era, and still in force nowadays. How not being worried about the fate awaiting demonstrators arrested in the current context of far-right movement rise? What safeguard is left if this world would fall back into the unspeakable? How could we protect, in the name of Universal Declaration of Human Rights, those who fight for ideas? In this context of social and political tensions at national, European and international levels, Vincenzo's Support Committee warns international civil society about the repression threatening the freedom of demonstration and the conditions under which states legislate sentencing the mere presence at a demonstration. Call for Vincenzo's release. For all these reasons, we refuse that Vincenzo Vecchi would be handed to Italian authorities. Within the current political context, we do not want him to become a trophy of the far-right politics led by Salvini's government. In a world where everything goes faster, let's take back in the possession of our time, our words, to exchange, to debate, to question together all the subjects risen by Vincenzo's arrest in order to ensure one's freedom and fundamental respect of human rights. We don't know how Vincenzo arrived in our territory, but we sure know why he's dead. In this experimental territory where alternative projects which resist to the dehumanizations are welcomed, we still dream of a world where people can together knit up a collective dignity. Some would speak about democracy, some about human rights or humanism, others about solidarity, resistance, or anti-capitalism. Let's claim his release. Choose your way. Write, tell, share, decorate walls, and spread the word everywhere. Neither prison nor extradition. Freedom for Vincenzo.